Bien, estamos de vuelta con Eric Crawford, él es presidente de Fresh Results. Estamos haciendo una entrevista en inglés para conocer a qué se dedica y qué es lo que propone en nuestro mercado. Which land is the best in Peru? Is the coast, is the north, is the south?
It's
for berries.
We're very early on in our research right now. We have a substantial amount of that research, but I believe that we will have to move from certain areas. I don't believe any one area is going to give us the longevity of production that we're looking for. And so that is still being developed. You know, I have my own theories right now, and that's why we're here, because we're on the ground right now with a lot of our technical folks to determine exactly where we want to start growing the blueberries.
We have a very uncommon distribution of our land because of
the mountains and
yes, and all the reform, the agro reform that we have had several years ago.
Right.
But so this is a characteristic of our market. This is a market of small owners of land. So maybe you have to face a reality different that the reality you face maybe in Argentina or in other countries. How will you manage this situation?
Well, I think there's a combination of opportunities. Certainly, we want to foster the growth of small farmers as well as the large commercial entities. And what will drive the small farmers to produce, whether it's blueberries, for example, will be the return on their investment. And we have substantial amount of research, and we have the factual information of what we've done in other countries, whether it's Chile or Mexico or Argentina. We have all the data. And what that data bears out is that if you have the right technology and the right understanding, you plant the right plants in the right climate, and you have the right marketing component, that it's a very, very lucrative business. So we look to the small growers that are like-minded, that feel the same way that we do, that probably aren't large enough to access the global markets. We want to give them the capabilities to really form their own destiny. They can determine where they want to ship the product based on our information. There's full disclosure. They can see exactly what their products are being sold for.
Mm-hmm.
They know where that product is being sold, to what retailers and what countries. And we give them the economic and the technical capability to take advantage of all those different areas of our expertise that we've developed over 30 years in the business.
How do you share the technology? Do you sell it? Do you lend it?
We would enter into agreements, partnerships. We're not looking to sell our technology. What we're looking to do really is to grow with the individual producer. If an individual has been growing asparagus, for example, and he's not happy with the returns on his investment in asparagus, and it's at a point where he has to reinvest, because asparagus are typically every 20 years they remove that and they'll replant the asparagus or they'll plant something different. We want to, and that timing is perfect right now for us to be here, because a lot of the asparagus business that was planted 20 years ago is going through a transition right now. That gives us the opportunity to connect with those growers now and say, why don't we try planting this or planting this, and we'll drive you in the we'll give you the information on the plants to grow. We'll even bring the plants in. We'll work with you on a financial level and a technical level so that you can start to produce the product. And then ultimately, we want to be your partner in that endeavor. We want to help you produce it, but we also want to have the capability to take that product to the global market.
Yeah, this is the most interesting part of your proposal, right? Because small producers don't have the scale to gain those markets, those opportunities, right? So this is a very good news for small producers.
It's a very good news for small producers, and we're a different type of company. My experience in this industry over several decades now has let me know the ways in which we can connect with growers may be different than some other marketing companies. We're not just a marketing company. Remember, we are a grower. And so we can connect on the same level. We have many of the same concerns, and we understand the concerns that these growers have. So I think that from an honesty and an integrity perspective, this is very important. We let the growers be involved so they know that they know what's going on. They always know where they are and from a financial perspective when they work with us.
Do you buy in advance the production?
All of our
Do you provide resources?
We do, and we have, but each deal is really tailored to the capabilities or even the limitations of that particular grower or entity that we're working with. In fact, some of the huge corporations that we're doing business with right now, that we're developing relationships with, they really they were really surprised that these people were very successful and they understand the global market, but we brought things to them that were really revolutionary to them. They really learned a tremendous amount from us that they didn't know otherwise in accessing global markets.
So breakthrough points.
Big and small. I think we have something to bring to the table that benefits both ends of the scale for the size of the operations that we're looking to interface with.
How many tons of berries you sell to the world?
I would say that we're probably going to market 2,000 kilos. Probably we're going to be up around 20,000 kilos of berries this year.
And your expectations from our market?
The expectations from this market are that over the next, I would say, we're not at the level to really predict, but the capabilities are tremendous here. We're in negotiations right now with some very high-level large corporations that are considering planting a huge amount of hectares. So if those deals go through, Peru could easily be one of the largest producers in the world in a few short years.
So you find Peru as a high-potential country?
Absolutely. Well, and if you look at what they've done on avocados, what they're doing on grapes right now, what they've done on asparagus.
Yeah, those are fruits that we have managed for several years. I mean, this is not for free. We have invested in time, in money, in terms of all the resources needed to have this achievement. So this is not free. You are starting a new industry in practice, right?
We're starting a new industry, but the demand for this product is such that everybody is extremely motivated. And
what about the price as a result of a lot of producers that want to start producing berries?
Berries is a very, very complicated item to grow.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. And in Peru, for many, many years now, large companies have come to Peru and tried to grow blueberries here. The same situation could be said for Mexico. It's not a traditional growing area for the blueberries. It's more of an art and a science, but it's more of an art than anything. And we believe we have, because of our track record, what it takes to produce the blueberries. This is not a business that everybody can get involved in and do well. It's a very, very complicated business that takes a tremendous amount of technical know-how.
So your partnership in the equation is an imperative.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, it's interesting to know that because, well, it's not that easy to start growing a new fruit and to have success selling into the world, right?
There's a point that you just touched on that's very, very important. Even if there was the success and it was easy to grow the blueberries, which it's not,
the entrance to the market,
marketing the product is extremely complicated, and more today, you have to have a marketing component involved with your growing operation that puts you in with the best retailers in the world. And that's very, very complicated. And you can imagine the retailers that I'm speaking of, they don't give out vendor numbers. They don't accept product from very few people.
Do you have a brand that can be recognized by consumers?
Our brand is Fresh Results.
Okay, so it's the same brand. You operate the company, that you go to the market.
That is exactly right. And it is widely recognized, and I would say certainly we're one of the fastest growing businesses in this arena.
Do you favor organic production?
We don't favor organic production. That's one component of what we handle.
Okay.
Organic production is growing.
It's a must.
Organic demand is growing very, very rapidly. Yeah. And so, of course, there's always a balance between demand and supply. So we're always mindful of the amount of organic that we have available to market to our customers as well.
Sounds like a great opportunity. Thank you for staying with us, sharing this opportunity. I'm sure that there are a lot of people that would like to contact you, so please give me some contact information.
My website information is www.freshresultsllc.com. And, of course, my name is Eric Crawford, and I'm always available through the website, or I can give you a phone number as well.
Well, if you don't mind, give me the phone number.
The phone number is 954-734-4355.
Okay. Thank you very much for staying with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Take care and good luck in our market.
Thank you very much.
Eric Crawford es CEO de Fresh Results, una empresa que empieza operaciones en nuestro país buscando aumentar, mejorar, contribuir en la producción de berries para meterlos al mercado internacional, para venderlos en muchísimos países. Señoras, regresamos tras la pausa. Okay, thank you very much. Bien, señores, hasta aquí llegamos. Gracias por su sintonía. Nos vemos, como siempre, mañana a las 10 de la noche. Pásenla muy bien, cuídense mucho y sigan ahora con N Deportes